On the day of Star Festival, it is the day when the weaver and the herdsman are allowed to meet only once a year. This is the day when the separated couple is allowed to meet only once a year. In the town where I live, a Star Festival based on this story is held every year. It's not just a festival, but also an event in which the weaver and the herdsman are chosen every year.
I'm going to be selected as the weaver this year.
This woman is Miu Nagata. She's a childhood friend of mine, Shuichi Matsudo, since kindergarten. We have known each other for quite a long time.
And Shu-chan will be the herdsman. That's not a good thing to hear. If Miu's challenging, I will too.
This is Yuka Kusumi. We've known each other since elementary school. Although these two are childhood friends, their personalities are completely opposite. Miu, who is still somewhat absent-minded even as an adult, and Yuka, who is very sharp. But they're both irreplaceable childhood friends of mine.
If Yu-chan is going to challenge, I would never be chosen as the weaver. Huh? Why not? You won't know until you try. Because Yu-chan, you're beautiful. You're being sarcastic. That's not a word from someone who looks like that with hardly any makeup on. Well, let's let Shu-chan decide. Okay. Shu-chan is the herdsman, so which one is more suitable for the role of the weaver? Which weaver do you want to join?
To the two who came closer and closer to me. Well, I can't be the herdsman this year because I'm in charge of management of the event.
What?
Yes, I work for an event planning company. I was put in charge of planning the Star Festival because the city thought young sensibility was needed. Of course, there's no way that a person in charge of planning could run for the role of the herdsman. It rains a lot, doesn't it? The sky, which has just entered the rainy season, is dropping heavy drops of rain. There are a few days of clear skies on the day of the Star Festival. It's often cloudy and rains a lot. Of course, if it rains, the weaver and the herdsman event will be cancelled. Come to think of it, those girls were really hyped up about it. I was thinking about last night.
I see. Shu-chan can't be the herdsman. Then maybe I shouldn't try out for the weaver. Oh, I'm in. Come to think of it, I'd like to wear the costume of the weaver at least once in my life. Oh, I see. If Shu-chan is managing the event, he'll be nearby when I put on the costume. Then I'll be there after all. Hey, you!
And so, it seems that the girls are planning to participate in the Miss Contest in the name of the Weaver selection after all. To be honest, I know how much they like me. Not as childhood friends, but as a man and a woman. If I choose one of them, what will happen to the other one? I never had the guts to find out for sure. What are you two doing at the house of a person, or rather a childhood friend who knows you well? When I got home, I found the two of them entangled. My room has always been a hangout place for them since my parents are rarely home. But what a sight!
Ouch! Shuichi! Shu-chan! You're back! You're late. Well, it was raining outside, so we decided to do some light exercise indoors. I bumped into her and I fell down. You get out of the way!
What happened that you suddenly started exercising? By the time I put down my luggage and took off my jacket, the girls were in their usual positions.
Oh yeah, I thought I'd get a little exercise in for the weaver selection. She asked me to do it with her, so I did. I'm just trying to look fit and beautiful.
Well, even if you work out now, there's only a week left until the selection.
What? Is that so? I thought we were going to do it on the day of the Star Festival. It's obvious, isn't it? It's impossible to do the show right off the bat.
Well, there's the costume fitting and all. As a matter of fact, even next week would be too late.
That's a lament on the part of the management. Hey, after the Star Festival, it's going to be fully fledged summer. So why don't we go to the beach this year? What? I can't swim. Besides, both of you are stars of this swim team. Yu-chan was in the top 4 of the competition in the prefecture.
Yuka was definitely good at it. But I made it to the prefectural tournament once, but lost in the first round. I'm not even considered an ace in a weak swim team.
As for me, I only float on my buttocks and gradually sink. If I sink in the sea, I'll be greeted by a deep sea fish. You have the wrong point of... Okay.
Well, don't worry. We'll take care of you when it happens.
Shu-chan. Yeah. I'm so happy. I'm protected by Shu-chan. Hey, you forgot someone. Oh, I'm just immersed in this, so shut up, Yu-chan. You're treating me so roughly. Wow, there are so many.
And the day to select this year's Weaver has already arrived.
Of course. There are many people who want to try on the Weaver's costume, partly to make memories, right? Let's see. Shun-chan is... and here he is!
When they spotted me, they came side by side. Oh, you too? You're going to participate in the selection committee for the Weaver after all?
Of course I am! I want Shu-chan to see me in my Weaver costume. Oh,
I'll be cheering for you too, so do your best.
Okay. Yes! Watch me, Shun-chan!
And the Weaver Selection Committee has begun. Now, it has begun the 77th Annual Find My Wife Tournament! What, no? Oh no. The 77th Tanabata event, the Weaver Selection Committee! Well, this time, the presenter is Motoya Ichikawa. Seriously looking for a wife. What's the biggest factor for being selected as the Weaver? Do you want to hear it? I'll tell you. It's the seductive neck and dazzling white legs.
Well, I'm sorry to have shown you something so rude. Please don't write about it on social media. Hey, don't take a photo there. Oh, a picture of me? Oh no, take a nice one, won't you?
These guys. With a strange preamble, Orihime's screening session began.
Oh no, a swimsuit! This is so mocking. Oh no, I should have worn one too. That's okay, there will be female judges and they won't like it if you're too obvious.
All you have to do is go out in the middle of the stage, introduce yourself, and say a few words about why you are participating. It's a kind of beauty contest, and the votes of the judges and the audience will determine this year's Weaver. Perhaps out of curiosity, there are a surprisingly large number of women in the audience. And now, it is finally Miyu's turn to perform. She climbs on stage nervously, but she suddenly fell down in the middle of nowhere?
Oh my, she suddenly fell down. She fell on her face, but is she okay? I tripped. My name is Miyu Nagata. I'm sorry for tumbling all of a sudden. So, I should tell you the reason why I want to be the Weaver, right? Oh, it's because I want the person I love to see me. Actually, that's all there is to it. Sweet and sour. This is sweet and sour. Oh no, it reminds me of my school days. Hey, Masiya, why did you dump me?
Continuing on, Yuka comes out. Apparently she's nervous too. She's surprisingly not good at this kind of thing.
Kasumi Kumi. Yuka. That. Oh, well, she seems to be nervous. Yu-chan, I'm watching you and Shu-chan too. Good luck.
At that moment, our eyes met.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm just thinking that it would be nice if I could become the Weaver. It's not like I want Shuichi to see me in the Weaver costume. Oh, this is a tsundere. It's a splendid tsundere. No! Oh, if only I'd mastered tsundere in high school. Damn it! Oh, what an embarrassment. Good job, Yu-chan. Now the participants are all here. Due to time constraints, this year's Weaver will be chosen in about 30 minutes, so please be patient.
And so about 40 minutes elapsed. Just when everyone thought we were a little slower than planned.
Thank you for your patience. We can't hide our surprise at this unexpected turn of events. Now, I would like to make an announcement. The winner of this year's Weaver is Miyu Nagata and Yuka Kasumi. This year's Weaver is an unprecedented double Weavers. Woo! What? Miyu and Yu-chan are double Weavers? What a surprise! Both of them got the same vote. The judges were troubled. As a result, they decided to select a double Weaver with a spare costume. We have 2 Weavers this year. Well then, look forward to July 7th. We're Weavers, the 2 of us.
When I came back home after the screening, Miyu and Yuka, who were already there, came running up to me excitedly.
They said it was unprecedented. It's a very special feeling, isn't it? You were so nervous, weren't you? Don't say that.
Yuka has a weak mentality when it comes to emergencies. If she could have overcome this weakness, she might have been able to dream up nationals during her swimming club days. Anyway, what's done is done. Try on shirts and take measurements after work or on a day when you can spare the time. If you need any alterations, it will take some time, so do it as soon as possible.
Yes, sir. Speaking of which, what kind of person played the herdsman?
Oh, he's a 25-year-old guy.
Is that so?
Then we got busy for the Star Festival.
When I told the kids at my kindergarten I'd become the Weaver, they said, "Awesome!" Nothing at my company. They said, "Don't let it interfere with your work." Anyway, Yu-chan, you have a nice figure, don't you? Hey, are you an old man? Ugh. Here, take your measurements. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's about right. I kind of enjoy this kind of thing more than I thought. Right? The most exciting part of an event is when you're preparing for it. The Star Festival event was being set up smoothly in the shopping district. And today, July 6th, the next day is finally the Star Festival. Preparations in the Weaver's costume were made just in time for, and tomorrow's forecast is, oh, sunny! Thank goodness! The preparations didn't go to waste. If it had rained, most of the events would have been cancelled. As soon as I sat up to leave, a colleague jumped in with an impatient look on her face.
Matsudo-kun, I just got a call. The man who plays the herdsman can't attend due to a sudden family emergency.
What? No! And on the day of the festival, today is the one-day Star Festival in my town.
Oh, wow! It's amazing every year! But, Shuichi, are you sure? You're the organizer, right?
Oh yeah, well, my party would start in the afternoon, so I could enjoy the festival in the morning.
Oh, okay. Ah! Miyu-sensei! Oh, yeah! Well, have you all come to the festival too?
The kids gather around to find Miyu-sensei.
They adore her, don't they? She's usually a bit out of it. But Miyu's a teacher.
Before you know it, we're all grown-ups, right?
Hey, Sensei, who's that dull-looking ugly guy? Is he a servant?
This kid. Should I give him a lesson on the harshness of society?
No. Don't swear like that. Besides, Shu-chan is neither dull nor ugly. He's my future husband, okay? Oh no! I said it! I told you that you shouldn't say such a thing! What are you talking about? And don't lie to the kid! Boo! Even Yu-chan loves Shun-chan, don't you? Ugh! Ow!
This is hard for me to get into the conversation.
Oh, as expected of a star festival, there are tanzaku strips on the table.
As we were walking away from the children, Yuka found a table with tanzaku strips on it. You can write your wishes on them and put them in the box, and the staff will put them on the bamboo branches periodically.
That's great! Why don't you both write? So, but it's been years since I've written on a strip of paper.
Caller 3. Repeat, caller number 3.
Just as we were finishing writing our tanzaku, the announcement came over the air. Number 3 is the signal to call out the weaver and the herdsman.
Now it's time for the show, Miyu. Let's go, okay? Oh, wait, a little more. And I'm done.
Finally, today's main event begins.
Thus, we stood side by side, dressed in our weaver costumes and beautiful hair ornaments. Are you nervous?
Oh, of course.
Yu-chan's not good at handling nervousness. Oh, but I'm nervous too. We're gonna stand in front of many people. It would be strange if I'm not nervous. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's go. 2 weavers this year. The event is a simple one, a kind of ritual thing. The river that flows through the city is used as the Milky Way to create the scene of the weaver and the herdsman, who, as legend has it, meet only on this day. The boats from both sides of the river stop in the middle of the river, and the weaver and the herdsman meet each other and put their hands together, and that's the end of it. All that's left is to return to each side of the river. Miyu, we're almost... Yeah. By the way, what kind of person is the herdsman? Huh? Shu-chan? The boat gets closer and closer, and when I get close enough to see his face and wonder what kind of person he is, it's Shu-chan!
Huh? Why Shuichi?
Because the guy who was supposed to be Hikoboshi was unavailable, I had to substitute him because he looks like him.
Oh, well that's tough.
Yu-chan seemed happy even though she said so. I'm happy too.
Anyway, let's get this over with.
When you and I reached out our hands, we felt Shu-chan's warm hands on ours. I, then Yu-chan, in that order. The herdsman is a cheater, isn't he?
Of course he is.
Hey, herdsman! Which orihime do you choose? No, since I'm dressed like this. I love you, Shu-chan. I love you. I want to be with you forever. I confessed this and looked at my best friend, childhood friend, and a rival, Yu-chan. I felt like it was unfair that I was the only one to confess my love to her. Miyu. Yes, you're right. I also have a crush on Shuichi. At that time, a gust of wind blew. The boat shook violently. What? I staggered and fell from my back into the river.
Miu!
Shu-chan cries out. In what felt like slow motion, I fell. I'm in the water, and my costume is sucking up the water. Someone, help me! I can't swim! Help me! Help! I struggle desperately in the river, but I can't float. I can't even swim, and my costume is heavy with water. I'm in a panic, but I'm sinking. I struggle and try to do something, but someone grabs my hand. Oh, I know this well. I've held this hand many times since I was a child. Shu-chan, help me.
I managed to jump in and grab Miu's hand. I tried to go up, but it's hard to go up. Damn, it's hard to swim. I'm being swept away by the river. And I didn't realize how difficult it is to save people with clothes on. On top of that, most of the air in my clothes has also gone out due to Miu's panic. It would probably be impossible to float up like this. Not good, not good. I desperately try to keep my panicking head calm and think. Miu won't last if I don't do this. Just when I thought so, Yuka jumped into the water. She was wearing a sportswear under the costume of Orihime.
Take the rope, okay? Don't ever let go of Miu's hand.
I know, of course I know. I'll save her.
Okay, let's go.
We communicate through eye contact and signal by pulling on the rope. Then the rope began to pull us from above, and we used the last of our strength to pull Miu out of water. Miu!
Miu!
Miu, who had drunk the water, was not breathing when we pulled her up. We managed to give her artificial respiration and she's just now spitting out the water. Me and Yuka are relieved to see that she has literally managed to come back to life.
I came back from the brink of death.
Phew, how can you make such a joke after seriously dying? If we hadn't done artificial respiration, you would have been in real danger.
Artificial respiration? Who? Shu, I'm so happy. You did it for me. No, I did it for you. What? No! Yuka's stupid! It was my first kiss! Idiot, it doesn't count. I saved it for Shu-chan. Oh, it's my first kiss too. I mean, with Shuichi, No, it's okay. It doesn't count.
In the end, we had to go to the hospital, not to the Star Festival event. By the way, there was a big commotion at the venue, but I heard there was a sigh of relief that everyone was alive.
Shall we cancel this year's beach?
Thank you.
I might be traumatized by the water. But thank you both for saving me.
Isn't it natural? If something happens to Miu, I'll help you.
Yes, Shuichi too. And me, of course. I'll definitely help you too. And I'll definitely protect you both.
The three of us, we laughed at each other in the hospital.
Which one? Shun-chan, which will you choose? Me or Yuka?
What? Today, again, I was crammed as soon as I got home.
It's a couples event at the amusement park. For a limited time, couples can get commemorative goods if they go together. I want to go with Shun-chan and get the goodies, but only one person can go. Hey, I want to go on an amusement park date with Shun-chan. I want to go on a date with two.
Since the Star Festival event, these two have been getting a little more aggressive. Wait, why don't we just go one at a time?
Then which one of you is going first? Me? Miu? Shuichi should decide.
Perhaps I'll have to make up my mind not too long from now. But as for me, I don't want to break up this relationship just yet. I want to stay as close childhood friends for a while longer. That's exactly what I wish for the Weaver and the Herdsman.